Welcome to part 3 of A Nightmarish Tale. This is reprehensible behavior. This man was a bore. In the book, Never Die With Your Pants Around Your Ankles, The Death of Vegas's Notorious Doc, A Prescription for Hell, I steer the reader towards the various underground meanings of a bore. The irony is rampant throughout the book. Harry used to belong to a Facebook group called Boring Group. The puns are unavoidable. Sorry, I can't help myself. Gluttony. Yes, Harry loved to eat the most expensive things, sometimes just plain garbage. He ate and he drank and he ate and he drank and he bought rounds of drinks and then he bought dinner for everybody else. And then he'd go home and throw it all up and then eat some more. He was a bore. Sloth. Yes, narcissists are sloths. They idle away their time. They waste everybody else's time. In this case, Harry could spend hours and hours and hours wasting time on Facebook. He would waste hours watching mindless television programs. He was careless about his soul. He wanted to make sure that I was despondent all the time. He was despondent and wanted to make sure everybody else was miserable around him. Stealing. It starts with wasting the time of others with idle talk or by not being on time for meetings, appointments. He was late so many times for work at UMC, they wrote him up. And that set him off on edge. It's also taking and using up things belonging to others without permission. He used to take my stuff all the time. And vandalism, the rage attacks where he just destroyed things that I absolutely cherished, including my piano. Avarice and usury. Oh yes, greed. Harry was just as greedy as Ebenezer Scrooge. He wanted everything that everybody else had. He wanted to pretend he had everything that everybody else had. He was stingy. He was selfish. He didn't really want to give alms or tithe unless somebody was watching him do it. He was completely dissatisfied with everything that God ever gave him and would do nothing but bitch about it. I found in the text messages that he was loaning money to guys that he met at orgies and then getting all pissed off when they didn't pay him back. He took advantage of others. I don't know about taking bribes at work. There may have been some of that, but I can't prove it. And he liked to cheat everybody else out of what they had. Injustice. Well, this was just Harry all the way around, except that he didn't use false weights and measures. And I don't think he was ever unfair in paying wages. He was pretty generous with people who did work around the place. But he allowed the innocent to suffer. He allowed his dog to suffer. He was despicable. Okay, here it gets rather specific. Harry Leo Duran threatened to turn off my utilities for offending him. Narcissists are cruel beyond your wildest imagination. You have to live with one to believe it. Cora's various discussion groups about narcissism detail far worse than Ebenezer Scrooge's treatment of poor Bob Cratchit. But listen to what Mr. Magoo says in this scene. How many supervisors and business owners have done this? A lot from what I've witnessed over the years.
On! Out! Make such a lovely sound! Cratchit! You had your call for the day, and there will be no more.
Begging your pardon, sir. I simply thought, sir, since it is Christmas Eve.
Since it is Christmas Eve, this would be a disastrous time for you, Cratchit, to find yourself without a position.
Oh, no, sir. Yes, sir, you're absolutely right, sir. Forgive me, sir.
If you spent more time tending to your job, you wouldn't have time to feel the cold. Ah, blasted help situation. You'll be wanting a feather bed and tea service next, you know. You never...
To be continued. The next series of videos have to be broken up or they won't upload.